Oh, look at this! Look at this! Resources on the belts! They're all resupplying my central system! Hello everyone, welcome back to Factorio, where today the first thing we are gonna do, my god, word shop, we are gonna upgrade some belts here, because apparently this is to, oh, we have insufficient items. We are out of belts, really. Well, luckily enough, we are here next to our supply area, so we can supply some belts. Nice. Okay, and apparently we need more iron because it's not getting further than this. So, oh, excuse me, now let's go to here. There, should be. At least going a little further. Now, the problem now will be our iron supply. Apparently we need some turrets. Yeah, we have not enough turrets. Because, well, our iron line is completely being used here. So I've been thinking about expansion of the main area. First off, we need oil, of course, because we don't have any oil yet. But where I'd like to place the oil is next to all this smelting area here. But speaking of the smelting area, I think I'm gonna change stuff. And you can't hear the game. Maybe you want to hear the game. Ah, now you hear stuff. That might be better. Oops, I recorded the vlog, that's the last thing I did, and I forgot to turn the music back on. Oh well, shit happens. So, I've been thinking, what do we need for the base? A lot, eventually, for the rockets, of course, because that's the thing they're going to launch, still 1 rocket per minute. But we need so much infrastructure, and I'd like to save as many belts as I can early on, because belts is the thing that's gonna lag the game out in the end. And I'd like to take care of that as soon as I can. So what can we do? Well, if I look at the resources, that's the wrong side for the resources. Let's actually first look at rocket parts. Let's just look at rocket parts. Let's go all the way down to the rockets and look at this. We need steel, copper and plastic. Well, that's easy. That's just some coal, a lot of oil and iron and copper. This is just a lot of oil, but this one is going to be the problem. Blue processing units, or the blue circuits, and the speed module ones. Speed module ones will use green circuits and red circuits and blue circuits, which means we will mostly need the circuits. If I remember correctly, let me check. We have, oh, we have the speed modules. Yep, that is 5, 5 and a 1. If I remember that correctly, let me check. Yes. 1, 5, 5. Okay, and this is a lot of that, so technically more oil, a lot of other stuff, but that is not really important. And of course a lot of research, which we also would like to continue. Maybe we're gonna try launch a rocket per minute and maybe have the research going, but that is something I haven't decided yet. But let's look at the resources here. So this one will require 20 green circuits, 2 red ones. This one will require 2 green ones. And for the green ones, we just need copper and iron. So technically, we just need a metric crap ton of these, eventually, which is a metric crap ton of circuits. So in total, we will need per second, I haven't calculated this, but if we need 100 parts per minute, we need 100 blue circuits per minute, and that means we need 2000 plus 200 is 2200. No, more. 2200. No, it's way more. It is about 3000 green circuits per minute. So it might be a good idea to produce them right here within our smelting system. So what I'm thinking is, if we look at the requirements for 1 green circuit, it is 1 copper or 1.5 copper and 1 iron. Now we can reduce the cost for these a little bit when we use productivity modules, which is something I'm considering, but let's just hear me out for a second. So we have productivity modules, which we can make sure that in a assembly building we can balance it 1 at 1. So for every 1 assembly building making copper wire, we can have 1 assembly machine next to it making green circuits. We can also let them produce more green circuits, but that's beside the point. So if we could bring it down from 1 copper plate, or 1.5 copper plates to 1 copper plate, we could have something like this. We have, I think, everything on us to actually start this idea. I'm apparently lagging a lot. I'm not really sure why though. Or at least I'm not running the quickest. No, I'm not running the quickest. I need to upgrade my PC, which I can do hopefully pretty soon because I have a new job. But that's going to be a thing. So if we have this one producing copper. Did we have? Yeah, we do. And then next to it, just put it over there, please. Then that one can put all its resources in here. That one will be producing the copper wire. That one will turn everything into U, which will be making the green circuits. And then here, another smelter producing iron. And the iron will be put into here. And then there will be an output line somewhere where the green circuits will be put on. Then this will be producing green circuits. And the green circuits will go on the belt. Because most of our copper will actually be into green circuits, we might as well make them into green circuits directly. So at the moment we now have a total of 2 red belts producing copper at the moment. I think that is enough to produce, or let this area produce at max speed when at least the chests over here at our resupply area are finished. And I actually am not sure about that, but I think I can get the resource going mostly on max speed on this. We will need more iron. I think we need 3 iron belts in the base. So, but actually that's not true anymore then. We need 2 copper or iron area or belts, because one of the iron belts will go in here. That's a thing. Now I am thinking about doubling this up already. I'm thinking about doubling this up, so there will be 2 sets of, yeah, that's wide enough, of copper. So it will do something like this, and then mirror this. Why are you over there? Something like this, and then everything will go in the middle. This is not possible, I know, but this is the thing I am thinking of. So I am going to design this a little further. I am going to look at the speeds. These are of course assembly machine 2s. This will be producing or using assembly machine 3s in the end, but I'd like to get this area set up and ready to be producing for when we get everything. And actually I'd like to just get some green circuits in the base like this, and dismantle our old electronic circuits factory, which is over here. And I'd like to clean up this as well, because, oh, and I'd like to move the stone area to here, but that is also a thing I'd like to do. So I've got a few things to do. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this off camera, and I will be right back. So I think this is it. Oh, that doesn't work, of course. Rotate, 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 rotate. There we go. No, it's not complete yet. I'm missing one inserter. Over here. Like this, and these 2 can be removed. Let's do this so we can mirror it a little easier. Actually, that won't help. Let's just do it like, oh, of course. So it does need to be there, otherwise we need another electric pole. Oh, that is funny actually. Hey, where's my copper? I just noticed the copper ran out. Why is there no copper train? Copper train! You are not... Oh, are you out of fuel? I didn't add the fuel line yet. Is that a problem? No, it is electric problem. This area doesn't have electricity for some weird reason. Why doesn't it have electricity? How is your fuel, by the way? Because you might be... No, you're not running out yet. Okay, that's good. And I'm still on time, at least with that. This one got removed. Did I remove that one? I have no clue anymore. It's been so long. Actually, it's been a few days, so it has been a little while. Here we go. Copper is coming. Coming back. Getting out of the train. It's going well. I did not forget anything. Well, I did. But it's no problem anymore. We fixed it. Oh, I'm out of lights. Why am I out of... Oh no, I'm not out of lights. I knew I was not out of lights. But apparently I was temporary. Okay, and lights. camera action. Now the only thing we need is some coal here, which I will do off camera. But let's get back to the thing we were doing. My game, how fast is my game running? 50, 49. Yeah, my PC needs an upgrade, and maybe it's a handy if I press F5 and not F10, which is my recording button, to stop recording. Oops. Okay, you get there, and you too. Get going, please. Okay, so this is one setup. How many electronic circuits will this produce? Well, it will produce stuff on these two belts, which will technically be half a belt. So this should be a total of one belt of electronic circuits. If we would lengthen it to the total length of this area here next to it, I think I actually have no clue. Well, it will produce one electronic circuit every half second. So with one belt supporting, well, actually supporting a lot more than I actually will think, I think. How fast will these things produce actually? I think these will actually be slower. These have a crafting speed of 2. The smelting of a copper plate is 3.5 seconds. So 1 second, 1.75 seconds per second. Or 1.5 seconds for one plate. This one will need one plate per second. So this is actually not quick enough. This will be the bottleneck. Oh, oops. Right, so 1.75 times 3 is, where's my calculator? I should do actually this by head, which is 3.5 seconds, which is 2, so it would be producing, I can't do this, where's my calculator? One plate every 1.75 seconds is half a plate per second times 3 is 1.7 plates per second with 3 of these. Okay, so what I was thinking is, what if we put 3 into this? But that won't fit at all. So we need to speed this up with speed modules to balance this whole system out. So we need speed modules in these, productivity modules in these, and these can be regular, and these can be regular. Well, no, these also need speed modules. Okay, so to get this system running, we need 2 speed modules type 3s, I think. Let's get the modules for a second. I might actually need to do these before to get this running. This will be speed increase with 30%. Okay, so the 2 of these, oh wait a second. So one of these will produce one plate every 0.57 seconds. It needs to be doubled. If we inverse this calculation. Oh, that didn't work. So we need to speed this up. I need an inverse. How do you do that? So I'm pretty good at calculation, but I'm not always. If we would just double the speed, we would have enough. So we can do that with these 2. With 2 of these, we can double the speed and it should be fine. With 2 of these, we can increase the speed by 60%. So times 1.6 is not just enough. So we need it times 175. So we need to, well, double the speed. So we need these in everything to get it running like I want to, which will require a lot of resources though, which is going to be interesting. Okay, interesting. And productivity modules, we'd like the number 3s as well, which means we will also productivity models times 10, which will increase it by 40%, which should not be enough to produce it at full speed, but at least the quickest as we can get it, I guess. Okay, so we need a lot of productivity models and speed modules for this setup, but I think in the end it will be worth it. Of course you can do this with robots, but I like robots, but if I can do it without them, I like to. So we are going to use this system, and it's the thing we're going to do. Let's copy this over. and save it as green circuit. Import blueprint, scroll down, rename this to green circuit plus smelting. Yeah, that sounds like a good name. Okay. And this is the thing we're gonna print out a few times. Okay, let's remove this now because I need to move it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Robots or nanobots have done their job. And now, where do we place this? So this will produce 2 green circuit lines. So technically we need 2 belts on this side space. So we would need it... I've made this weird, not like this here. So I need to move this a little bit over, I think. How did I do it here? I did 2 belts, okay. So you would go there. No, I think I'm just going to move this differently because I used a very different setup and also the belts will line up this way. So I need to do it here, which technically is over here, which will be fine, it looks like. 2 belt space above the power lines. Yeah, let's do it like that. Which will be then 2 copper smelters, 2 electronic circuits assemblies, and then maybe some more copper smelting if need be. But I don't think I do even for the rocket itself, because most of the copper will go into electronic circuits. I've noticed from my previous playthrough as well. So now some of the research is of course different. And for example, these need... Oh no, these need electronic circuits as well. Yeah, we might need some extra production of electronic circuits, especially for the assembly or for the modules. But that is a thing we're gonna worry about later. Okay, so let's turn this around. Nope, I don't need this around, but I do need this to be here with removal of you, and you need to be there. And then this is the thing I'd like to blueprint. And this is the thing I'd like to save as well. Update it. And now we can just stamp this around until we have a full belt. So these can support... how much was it? 1 side of a belt. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. So a full belt can support, a full blue belt can support 40 items on 2 sides of the belt, so 20 items per side. These will produce 1 electronic circuit or 2 green circuits per second, I think. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16 already. What is 40 divided by 3 times 2 is... Wait, that is not right. That's not right. What did I do? Oh, I did something wrong. 40 divided by 3 times 2 is 26. 26 items. So this was 18 or 16. Let's remove some trees here. We will need some space, so we need to get rid of some trees. There we go. Okay, so that is 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8 is 24. Yes. And this should be 24, 20. Oh my god, 32, which is too much. 26, 24, 24 to here, 26 will be here, will be the cutoff line. So if we upgrade this to blue belt, we can support 20 items one side. Oh yeah, that's one side, that's true. So that is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. This is the cutoff point here. So from here we need to get it on the other side of the belt, the electronic circuits. Which will be interesting because technically we don't have any space here. So what I might do is remove this. Because we don't want to overload the belt, because that is going to be difficult to get everything in later. So what I need to do is make a balancer here and get everything from... Well, I don't need a balancer. The thing I just need to do is this, get everything on that side of the belt. The easiest to do that would be to do this, I think, because we will have everything on the right side of the belt here, and now we will turn the right side onto the left side. And over here we need that the other way around. Turn the right side on the left side, like that. That should work, hopefully. I think so. Does it work like that? It should be. If not, I need to move everything one more down because I need to make a full balancer. Do I want to take that risk? I'm not really sure I want to take that risk. Let's not take that risk then. Nah, what is one block? What is one block? I'm just going to make a full balancer here. So the full balancer will be there, and I will mirror it because I like it. Like so. And you go like that. There we go. And then we will have another setup like this, with this one being here. Okay, that worked. And then 1, 2.5. 1, 2.5. And that should be a full blue belt of green circuits when everything here is up and running. Now we need 2 copper lines and 1 iron line. Or no, 2 copper lines and 2 iron lines to fully supply this. So we need to run some copper down here and into this system. And then this area should be operational fully. Now the thing is, how am I going to bring the iron ore here? Actually, we just need 1 iron ore line here. That's not right. We need 2. Right? Yeah, we need 2 iron lines. Oh, that's a problem. Right, I did the boo-boo. I did the mistake. Yep, because this doesn't work, because this will be start of iron, because it needs 1 iron plate and 1 copper plate every second. So let's remove all this. Luckily this goes pretty easy. This one as well. Let's do this by hand, not get the robots out or the nanobots. And just place it just like another safe. Or maybe move it 1 down to be beautiful. Except for 1 tree. This will all work just fine. There we go. I'm going to clear this forest completely off camera, I think. Okay, so here and then 1 down. No. 1 down. Click. I might turn the iron belt completely around so I can just route it through here. Maybe past this steel and move the steel 2 over. That might be a thing, but will be difficult to do. I might just remove this iron, it might be easier. But that's a thing for later. So this green circuits factory will be going and be placed now. This will require for me a lot of resources I don't have at the moment, like belts. I need my supply train. I'm gonna grab my supply train in a second, I think. Let me help that, or let that one help me. At least the thing we can place down is actually some lights in this design, because we don't have any lights here at all. So we can't see anything here at night. I need to update everything here actually at one point. Place some lights just like this every other, but that's the thing I'm going to do off camera as well, because that will be boring to watch. Me fixing stuff, I guess. So, but some further explanations maybe are in order. Apparently one of this one is not powered, so we do need that extra power line, sadly enough. This one has 2 long-handed inserters because of the speed. It needs to. This one will need 1 iron plate per second. This one will have a stack inserter, which I'm missing one. That's going to be annoying. Need to fix it. Stack inserter because it can move more. I might actually need to add 2, but for now I'm going to add 1 because I hope that is enough. If not, I will always add more, and well, there is space for a lot more of these at least. So that's, I think, most of it. I'm going to be placing this off camera, and I think we have some extra time. So let me go over a few other bits of the base which I was interested in talking about, designing, etc, etc. And some small decisions I've made for the last bit of the episode. So first, there is going to be a lot of resources here being transported to the base. That's a thing you might already know because we've talked about it extensively in the past few episodes. Then over here, more or less where this line is, there will be a split up north and south. Oh, that might be the space then. Yeah, this might be the space. Okay. Then there is going to be some oil processing right here, I think. The resources more or less are going to be pulled through to more or less here, the start of this bus, which will be lined up with this path here. So this path here will be extended downwards and going here, where this bus section here or this supply section here is at the moment. At that point, there will be a split up north and south. Here we have a big open area then, which will mostly be, I think, research or some intermediate stuff I need myself, and maybe actually module production can go here now that I think about it. That is something to think about for myself, but I will do that thinking about that off camera. Did I have that split here? I think I had the split in the path here. Let's zoom in a little so I can walk quicker. Yeah, there is. Okay. Then I have a little more space than I expected. I might do the modules here. Then at the bottom is, of course, our rocket production. And over here, there will be a split off of the resources north and south. A few belts, just belts, not a split off of parts of the belt. No, complete belts will go up and down. And everything will be balanced, of course, here as well. And be produced into the things that is needed. Which will be research, which will be rocket parts. I will hopefully actually... I think I'm going to get one more mod, which will be the infinite research mod, which will get the robot follower count up to massive levels, and stuff like research speed and all these things up to massive levels, so the research can just keep going. And that's the thing I'd like. I'd like to have the whole factory north and south, north being research, south being other stuff, going as long as it can, as much as it can, because I think it will be an epic view eventually. So that's going to be it for this episode. Between episodes, I'm going to do some forest clearing. I'm going to clear out this whole forest over here, and I'm going to clear out this whole forest over here. And we are gonna see what we're gonna do next. Hopefully some dismantling here. That is also something I might do off camera. And then in the beginning of the episode, I think I'm gonna start up some oil and module production. And research. Research is the most important of everything, I think, at this point. So that's gonna be it for today. Let me actually start this and see if any progress will be made. It doesn't seem like we have purple science at the moment. So I guess the answer to that question is no. Oh well, I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye bye.